Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm Timmy B, host of the Fight Insight podcast. This is the best goddamn podcast that your friends aren't already watching. Tell them now. Get on your socials and let them know to come over to this podcast, because on today's episode, we talk to the Black Widow, Jessica Borga, BKFC Featherweight Champion. And bam, bam, if we have time, I am going to crack open my case of newly received Japanese Disney Lorcana cards. We're going to turn into a nerdy podcast, my man. Look at that. Fresh from Japan. Bam, bam. Let's get the show started.
This is the Fight Inside podcast. Let's go, Timmy B.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fight Inside podcast.
We did it, bam, bam. I'm telling you, man, when you want to get like instant reaction to what the hell's going on in the world of combat sports, you come to the Fight Insight podcast, because today, bam, bam, unplanned, but last minute, this guest steps up again. She is truly a friend of the podcast, man. I last spoke to her several months ago, bam, bam, when you weren't there. And we were talking about how she was talking trash, making a name for herself. She goes on to the UAE, United Arab Emirates, to face for the inaugural featherweight BKFC championship, and she finishes it in a minute. Since then, her popularity has skyrocketed. Bam, bam. She was a huge focal point of the BKFC press conference last weekend. I think she owes it all to me and the Fight Insight podcast. This is Jessica, the Black Widow Borga.
Yeah.
Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I mean, I don't know what I would be.
Jessica, the Black Widow Borga. I'm so happy that you're here.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
No, thank you for having me. You know, I'll jump on anytime.
Look, I appreciate it so much, but you are the champion. Can you believe it? I mean, of course you can believe it.
And I always knew I was a champion in my heart. You know, I knew I was meant for greatness. I knew I had that drive that was going to get me to there. I thought it was going to be MMA. My passion was MMA, but you know, the moment I did my bare knuckle fight for the first time, I found my home. That's where I was meant to be. That's my style. So I'm here to take over.
That's awesome. How was it when you officially solidified yourself as a champion? Like, what was the feelings that was going through your mind and in that moment?
Honestly, everything, all the injuries, the sacrifices, everything that I had busted my ass for to get where I was, it made everything worth it. It was like a surreal moment, you know. It's almost like you're dreaming, especially how good I won in dominating fashion, you know, like I made history in multiple ways in 26 seconds against a two-time world champion boxer. And she went the distance with Clarissa Shields, you know. I got to give her respect. She made a name for herself in boxing, and for me to finish her that fast, you know, I knew I was capable of it, but I honestly thought she was going to be a little tougher than that.
Well, you know, some people just can't stand up to the strength of the Black Widow, but you called your shot.
I don't think anyone's gonna
making tough people look not tough.
I mean, a lot of people like to talk, but you know, you can't talk much when you're unconscious.
That's very true.
Well, look, the thing is here, right? You called your shot. So like the way that you went on the radar of most people was when you approached your opponent at an event. It looked like a scene out of like a WWE movie, like it was scripted. Like you come out there, you start talking trash, flipping the bird, Stone Cold Steve Austin style, right? And then that just builds up to the fight. You win the championship. You win the championship. Everything goes your way. Now your next opponent is already targeted. It's Christine Faria, which is champion versus champion, and she's coming up to your weight class.
No. Let me correct a few things with her. Oh. It's been a year and a half that I've been trying to beat her ass. First off, she still keeps saying no. She wants me to, because she's scared of me at 145 or 140, she won't agree to fight me, even though she's calling me out. She won't agree to fight me at my weight class. She wants me to cut down to 135. So I agreed to beat her ass at 135. I don't care what weight she wants me at. I'm going to annihilate her. She's a 125er. Okay.
So you're going to take her belt.
Stop poking the bear.
Yeah.
Nah, hell no, I ain't going down to 125. She can suck my.
Is she the champ at 25 or 35?
No, I'm gonna fight her at 35. She's
Okay.
she's a 25 champ, but apparently she's been wanting to move up. And what started the whole beef with her and I is she had a fight with Hardy, and that was going to be at 135, and they were doing it because there's not a belt at 135. They were calling it the Queen of Violence title. So when that fight fell through, I had just fought 2 weeks prior, and I was offering to meet her in the middle at 140 when I had all the respect in the world for her at first. I was giving her respect and I was saving her fight. I was offering to save her fight. So I told her I literally just after fighting 2 weeks ago, told her I'd save her fight and cut down to 140 even after just cutting weight.
Yeah.
She said, no, you're not even on my level, started talking shit. And I was like, all right, bitch. And I was like, then fight me or shut up about it. And then she just continues to talk. She continues to talk.
So wait, but there is no champion at 135.
No, there wasn't a champion before me at 145 either. Where they're trying to build the divisions.
Yeah. So if you fight Faria at 135, are they gonna give you a title?
They fucking better. I'll be the first ever female to be a 2-time weight and two weight divisions as well. So she can keep on helping me make history. She's a moron.
That's awesome.
That is crazy. Okay, hold on. I didn't realize that. I thought she was coming up to you, but now she wants to meet in the middle.
She's a pussy, man. I'm sorry, but if you call yourself the Queen of Violence and calling yourself the GOAT, do some GOAT shit. Don't worry about weight class if you think your skill is better than mine.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I had no idea. Now, another thing that people may not realize, was she not the one recording that video? Wasn't that the story that you told me, that she was the one recording with you and Rankin?
Yes. Yeah. She was the one right beside me recording that because she knows I came up to them and gave them respect at first. I actually I wouldn't say it's respect. I went up to him and I was like, you know what? I'm not, because I already had beef with Faria, whatever her fucking name is, Misfit. She's Misfit to fight me. But anyway, so I went up to her and Hannah, and they were sitting next to each other. And I said, you know what? I'm not surprised at all that you two bitches are sitting here chit-chatting next to each other. And that's, I mean, you know, I just wanted to say hi, though, because Hannah wanted me there, so I was there. And I wanted to make sure she seen me there. And that's what started the beef.
Now, here's the question. Was there a third girl with them that you're going to be beating up next?
Not that I noticed, but I'm sure there will be.
But can you imagine, like, there'd be a photo of them of, like, that year ago, and then you're like, oh, I beat up that girl, and now I'm beating up that girl.
Yeah.
You know, like,
there definitely seems to be a trend, you know. I feel like if the shit talkers, the ones that talk all this mad stuff, that's actually showing their insecurities. I know she's already scared. She literally told me face to face. She said I was too big at 140. So I don't know what she thinks 135 is going to do, because I'm only going to get in the ring angrier. So, you know, it's not going to save her. It's not going to save her. I'm not less strong at 35. I was knocking bitches out in the beginning of my career at 125. I have knockout power regardless of what weight I am. And so, like, I mean, if she wants to play with fire, you know, I can gladly oblige.
when is the fight going to take place? I know it's not set yet, but when are you thinking it's going to take place?
Honestly, I've been told something about October, but I honestly am not going to believe a single thing until she signs that contract. I don't think that she's going to sign the contract. I don't think she is. I think she's all talk.
Okay, so has BKFC said about the 135 title that there's gonna be a belt on the line? Have they mentioned it?
Not yet.
No.
Nope.
No,
I haven't heard a single thing since the press conference.
So before you sign,
and I want that title to be the Queen of Violence.
Okay.
Oh,
I was gonna ask that. So before you sign the contract and everything, like, are you wanting the belt to be on the line or the Queen of Violence to be on the line?
He disappeared.
No, I got you.
Can you hear
disappeared? Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, Bam Bam for a second. I couldn't hear what he said.
Oh, I said, are you going to make sure that the title is on the line or the Queen of Violence is on the line at the very least before you sign the contract?
Oh yeah, they better have all of what I want in it, because I'm cutting
Yeah.
weight. I'm ass. So yeah, it's gonna be the Queen of Violence and the title for 35. She's not allowed to call herself the Queen of Violence after I retire her. So I mean, she might not, because I'm gonna retire her. But yeah, it's gonna have all that in the fine print.
Yeah, and I guess
Yeah,
that's the
good.
thing, right? It could either be for the 135-pound title, and then they could label it the Queen of Violence bout. You know what I mean? Like give it a title, or they don't make
Yep.
a 135-pound title and they make a Queen of Violence belt if they don't want to start a whole division, and then that solidifies that as well. Either way, you're getting more gold at the end of the day.
Either way, but I really want to be the first in history to be a 2-time division
The
champion
135.
as well.
So the 135 is really what's more important.
Yeah. Honestly, I think my fighting has already solidified me as the Queen of Violence, and I don't really care. Alphas don't have to call themselves alphas. So she can call herself whatever she wants. I think, if you watch her fights and you watch my fights, who's more dominating and who's more violent? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like and all right, I could go on a million things with this, but look, they bring you to the press conference on purpose to sit across from Faria, right? Like you are the two.
It seemed like it.
No, but it was, right? Like weren't they pairing pretty much everybody up across the sides?
It seemed like it, yeah. And they always had someone in between us, so she was always safe.
Yeah. So you're telling me, though, after that Thursday, when all that goes down, and of course people have seen the drama online, like I can't cut that clip and play it because it's so vulgar, right? But
it's so vulgar, but I'd rather have a mouthful of that than a mouthful of shit.
Yeah.
So she goes off on you. It makes a viral moment. That whole press conference was crazy. And you're telling me BKFC dead silence after that? Nobody's talked to you and said, hey, great job, and we want this, or hey, we're looking at this? Nothing?
No, I mean, I talked to Feldman for a brief second. He was busy. So, and he's like, we'll talk about it hopefully Wednesday. So I'm supposedly supposed to hear something tomorrow. But man, I'm telling you, I can't wait to get that contract. I cannot.
Yeah. If you're
it was so hard for me not to do anything.
If you're Faria, you've pretty much painted yourself into a corner, though, right? For her to be that aggressive to you, for her to make those clips with you, you can't back away now, because Jessica Borga is going to be on every show under the sun doing interviews, especially her favorite fight in the site, and you're just going to keep calling her out.
Money. She's a moron. She actually made me a lot of money. So, she's so dumb. If she was trying to hurt my feelings in any way, she should know better. I don't give two shits about what people think of me. I never have, never will. The opinions of others doesn't bother me. That's why it didn't really upset me. It's whatever. The only thing that bothered me is to watch your mouth in front of my fucking kids, and they were there. So,
right.
Yeah.
That bothered me a little bit. She's just trashy. She's just showing how trashy and how unprofessional and how she's not a champion mindset. That's not a champion mindset. You don't have to act that way or be that way to be a champion or to sell fights. I just don't feel like you have to be that way. I get the show to an extent, but
and just to be clear, the line is the vulgarity, like the overt sexual vulgarity, I guess.
Yeah. Which, I mean, whoever follows me, I'm an open book. It don't matter to me. I live my life on my terms, but there's a time and place to talk like that. There's a time and place to do that, stuff that people do in their free time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Learn to separate the two. Learn to be professional. So.
When you say she made you a lot of money, you mean you got a lot of new subscriptions?
Sure did.
Get out.
Wow.
It was the most I've had in I don't know how long. And my Facebook, my IG, from just that being a viral video, just went up. I'm like, whatever. Keep talking, little lady.
So wait, hold on.
Because nobody's watching it for her.
No.
Yeah.
So hold on. So did BKFC collaborate with you and tag you in all of it so that it made sure that people knew who you were?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
And anything that, if it's even bad publicity, is good publicity. It's publicity either way. So bad publicity, I don't give two shits about it. Like, honestly, that's what, I mean, people know your name from something rather than a, whatever. I don't care.
And
Yeah.
so, and so wait a second. When we're talking about new subscribers, like what kind of number percentage are we talking about?
Hundreds.
Like not
Hundreds.
Which is a lot. Over
No,
within 24 hours.
Holy crap. That's so funny.
So
That's
Yeah, and
rare,
I
man.
don't even do much of anything with that honestly anymore. I do a lot of like, so I don't even post
Well,
about
don't
it
say
or
that.
anything
Don't say that
anymore.
now. We want more followers, for God's sake.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, behind the scenes, I do, but like when it comes to like sharing about it on social media, I don't. I actually, that's taken
Oh.
away from my nonprofit organization and my speaking engagements and stuff like that. So I'm actually an inspirational and motivational speaker. So I, don't like to mix the two. I wish society would know how to separate the two and not define someone for what they choose to do in their spare time, because it doesn't define them as a person. So I wish it was more like that, but it is what it is.
Wow, that's crazy.
Makes sense. You're a really good speaker.
Thank you.
Smooth with the words.
She articulates speak good. But
Yeah.
so wait, I do want to ask one thing though. How come on your Instagram, whenever you're doing like stories and stuff like that from your car, it's always extremely clear and everything looks good, but now you're all blurry? Why did that happen?
I don't know. Let me.
She
let me-
does it on her
really?
laptop.
Oh, I see. Oh,
me-
it's just random, you mean?
Maybe that's.
Can you-
I don't know.
No, I don't know. No. I'm just saying because
I
you
don't
put
know.
out a lot
Good
of
Wi-Fi
because you
spot.
do put out a lot of content, right? Like on your Instagram and stuff like that, and you're always there. Where are you motivationally speaking? Where is that happening?
It's actually, I'm starting to all over the country and it hopefully over the world eventually. I'm sharing my story, where I came from, what got me started in MMA, my nonprofit for domestic violence victims and survivors. I'm doing mobile safe houses. I'm actually doing like a nonprofit gala. It's October, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We're doing it in honor of that. So we're doing an unmasquerade, and it's going to be a red carpet event. So we're raising money for that. So I'm doing a lot with what actually is my main goal and my main focus through this whole entire, becoming a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, my fighting career, everything that I've been through. This is where it was meant for me to lead. So this is what my, most important and main priority is.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
amazing. I'm really
that's
proud of
great.
you, Jessica. That's really cool. And it suits you. Like I know that you can do that. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Do you are you friends with Britton Hart? Like, do you like her?
I mean,
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any beef with anyone else except for her and someone from a different promotion that doesn't even matter.
Yeah, loser. Taylor Starling? Friends with Taylor?
Yeah. Love her too.
Because can I say, like, I've met all three of you, right? And more BKFC fighters. Actually, just today on Millions, I was talking to Jake Brutal Bostwick. He's out in the Florida area. That guy's a monster. Everybody that I speak to, so many of these BKFC fighters have such a crazy personal life, like in terms of like they're doing good things, they're helping the community, they're going out there, things like what you're talking about, right? I really think you do a speaking tour with a bunch of BKFC fighters. Like you brand it like that, and then you go on a speaking tour with like a bunch of you. I feel
That'd
like
be
that
amazing.
would be, I'm telling you, I think that would sell out like crazy, because a lot of these fighters, like there's quite some time between some of your fights. Why not fill it with some speaking engagements? Get like 4 times your crowd. It would be huge. Like I'm talking huge.
That would be amazing if we could figure out someone to do that and incorporate it in, because I'm actually planning the whole year for my speaking engagement. So I'll be booked throughout, and whatever, if a fight comes up or whatever, they know that's
that one just gets canceled or
Yeah. So they know that that's part of the contract. So, but these speaking engagements, I mean, you get paid $5 to $10 grand per speech to be able to share your story and just travel around the world, so it's more than fighting ever got paid for fighting. If you put it all together, you can do multiple speeches in one weekend and get paid as much as you do for a fight,
Yeah, I'm
awesome.
telling you, I was at a like in my 9 to 5 day job, like years ago, we were at something and they had some speaker come in, I'm telling you, I think the whole story was fabricated. Like, I don't even think the story this person was saying was real. I was like Googling it while they were talking. I'm like, I don't think this ever happened to this person. Like, I think they just made this up and like made up a story. But like, I'm telling. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, I'm just saying. Like, I think it would be fantastic. And like, if you are friendly with like Taylor Starling, Britton Hart, I feel like just the three of you alone, put you three on a poster. You're all so well spoken and articulate. You all have great stories of your life. You all are doing great things in the world right now. Can you imagine the number of people that would come to that?
That would be incredible. It would be. And I love that, you know, a lot of, like you said, a lot of the fighters, we did all come from something. There had to have been a reason that we are able to do what we do. You got to be a little crazy. You got to have come from something. You know, I was raised in violence, so that's why I'm the most comfortable and calm in violence. So I feel like everyone, you got to be a little crazy to do what we do.
No, yeah, I'm telling you, get it done. Reach out to those girls seriously and get that done, because I would love to see that. You would be traveling the world with that kind of show. You know what I mean? Like, once you get in, and once you start doing it a few times too, then you have like a flow. The three of you at the end here, like, I'm booking this whole thing for you. Okay. You go, the three of you do.
Yeah, the only thing is are they going to pay us each individually to all be there? That's the one thing we just got to figure out, because I've got business leaders that book all this for me. I don't do it by myself. So
no. Of course, no. Of course, don't worry. Like, we're taking care of this. The three of you each go out there for your like. The three of you each go out there for like.
He's taking care of it, not me.
Dude, it's the three of you go out there for like your let's say a 20-minute speech or whatever you want to do, right? 20-minute talk, whatever you're going to do, right?
How long is it normal talk?
Yeah, how long do you normally talk for?
20 to 30 minutes.
Perfect.
And I have a whole PowerPoint and everything, so.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So look, you go 20 minute, 20 minute, 20 minute. And because the three of you share equal billing, you rotate first, second, and third spot, like each city. You know what I mean? So like, it's not like you're always the headliner, right? You share it because that's fair. Bang, bang, bang. After you each do the 20, 30 minutes, all three of you go on the stage together and you have banter and talk and take questions and stuff like that from the crowd. That's easily now a 2.5 hour show.
Yep.
Rake in the money.
Yeah, I think all these little talk shows and everything should set that up for us. Tell them to reach out. Yeah. We're all ready. We'll be there.
I'm telling you get that done. You get that done. Look, I do want to ask. There's been a whole bunch of news about BKFC, about what's going on. What is the deal with the ownership thing? Can you explain that?
I also have not heard anything about that, nor did I get the paperwork that he had in his hand right there, that he was like, it's not going to wait until next week. It's right here. But so I haven't, I haven't even got that. Yeah, I did not receive anything. Others may have. I was told to get with him, but then I was just told, okay, not tonight, tomorrow night. All right, not tomorrow. Yeah, so I get that the events are busy, and that may have been reason why I did not get the paperwork, but I have not received anything, nor do I know. But I'm not signing anything until I read that, and my lawyer and my manager and everyone reads that as well. So.
But wait. What is the general idea? Sorry, man.
All I know is that we get a share in the company. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if the share is only allowed to stay where you can only sell back to the company, or if it ties you in a certain way. So I want to be very I'm very smart, and I don't trust people. So I gotta make sure that I connect the dots there on what exactly that means.
Good. Yeah, I mean,
smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying that they're going to trick us or anything, but I like to be sure.
It's always good to be cautious.
And you don't want the shares to be like in lieu of pay. Like, oh, we're going to reduce your pay, but you're getting shares. And then you find out the shares are like friggin' imaginary and they're non-transferable or something like that. You got to read the fine print on any contract. And that's why I'm contract by contract right now. I'm not in a multi-fight contract. I could go wherever I wanted, but not that I'm going to, but I keep my options open. You never know what happens in between. So you're not locked into a certain price,
Yeah, absolutely. That's smart.
God damn. Yeah,
good thinking. You don't see a lot of fighters thinking like that. They think like, oh, sign me for the deal. Whatever, I'll get this much. It's like you get to renegotiate every fight.
Yeah.
And you can keep your options open. If you get an opportunity that comes that pays 3 times the amount you're making, then it's like, okay, well, I can do that now. Instead, I'm not stuck in this contract.
Yeah,
Wow.
like we didn't know that I was gonna make history with it being the first female knockout ever. You know, like my last fight. Now that solidifies me to be able to make more now. Like, you know, I'm a
Right.
female that can knock out. You don't see that, so
Yeah.
I get to negotiate more. I feel like, and especially like if this fight comes actually to where it's gonna happen. I don't know. We'll see. But if it actually does happen. I can negotiate more because of who she is. She's been in the sport longer. So,
Right.
not that she's saying she's better, but she's been in the sport longer. So I feel like me cutting weight and doing that is going to solidify me for more of a paycheck as well. It should be better.
But what's weird is like in other organizations we hear, and actually my conspiracy this week, Bam Bam, I have it planned out. Most contracts in fight contracts, there's like that championship clause. That means when you win the championship, your contract gets extended for a year. So yours going into that championship fight, there was nothing like that. They were willing to let you fight once, win the title, and then walk.
Well, no, because they still have it in the contract for 3 years. But you cannot fight for another promotion. If you're the champion and you gain the title, you can't fight for another promotion, or they can strip you of your title. So that is in there, regardless.
Wait, say the first part again. What's the 3-year thing?
The 3 year, you can't fight for another bare knuckle promotion.
Oh,
for 3 years.
But okay, so you're locked. So you can't fight for another bare knuckle, but you don't have a set number of contracted fights in that 3 years.
Yeah, that's the only thing about a multi-fight. You don't really have like so many, but you're supposed to get 3 to 4 fights per year.
Right,
we'll see if that happens. I mean, we're still building the division, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Aside from Christine Faria, who's the next chick you want to beat up?
Oh, well, they got new 45ers coming in. I look Aston last, but she's coming in to the division. We got Cotton. She beat the other shit talker from BYB over there.
Hold on.
Just beat her and just be like, well, see.
Hold on. Your phone's glitching out a bit, and I need this bit because we need to call these people out. So hold on.
I don't even want to give her the platform.
Okay, hold on. No, I'm not going to have her on the show. This is the problem with my podcast, Jessica. Once I meet people and I become friends with them, I'm like, I become mortal enemies of their opponents, and now I can never have them on the show. So that's what happens.
So you're not unbiased.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I don't want to be like, oh, but I like both of you. No, I just want to like one of you, and that's it. So go ahead again. Who is it that you want to beat up?
Oh, well, there's Cotton, and that just came into the 145 division, and she beat the BYB champ, Jamie Driver, that talks shit as well, which is irrelevant as well. So I'm just going to beat up Cotton that beat her up and be like, well, see, I don't even need to fight you.
Yeah.
You're one loss, I just beat up. So there's that.
All right. Anybody else aside from Cotton?
Any of the 45, anyone that wants to come in and fight me. I wanted to fight Cyborg. That would have been like the legendary fight. That would have been like my ultimate want. But I did see that she's going to retire after her 2 last PFL fights. So that kind of sucks. She was a legend. I want to beat legends. I would love to fight anyone. Clarissa Shields, I don't know if I'd even fight her at a heavier weight class. I would, if she ever did bare knuckle, but she was talking about wanting a lot to do bare knuckle, so obviously she's scared. We had talked to Cyborg about it actually, and she wanted $1 million, and they're like, that's a lot. If she would have said like maybe 300,000, we would have agreed to it. But I mean, did it actually happen? Was it discussed? I don't know. This is just what I was told.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just want to fight any and all legends. Like even if Amanda Nunes wanted to come over and try bare knuckle, I want to be there to show them that that's not where they belong.
Yeah. That is crazy. Jessica Black Widow Borga, look, thank you so much for taking all the time. I know I've kept you way longer than I think you thought that this was going to be. But look, honestly, you're one of my favorite BKFC fighters. I can't wait. 2 last questions for you. Quick one. If you had to choose between Knucklemania or Sturgis, where do you fight?
Sturgis is more my style, the biker country. That I feel I want to fight in Sturgis. Knucklemania is great, but man, Sturgis is my crowd. I feel like I can't wait to actually go there and watch the 45 fight that's coming up.
Wait, what month
Whoever's
is
winning
Sturgis?
should be fed. August 2nd or 3rd is the event.
Oh,
shit!
Yeah,
So you're not on that card
so-
for sure then. God dang it!
No, I'm definitely not. But there's a 45 fight that I'm going to watch. So
okay.
I'm
Well,
interested
at least
in
you'll
it.
be in attendance. That'll be fun.
I
Well,
definitely will
not-
be there to meet that crowd.
Not for, not for any female even close to the 145-pound weight limit, Bam Bam. If you're a female around 145 in that crowd, Jessica Borga is going to find you. That's all I know. Like she's going to flip the bird and give it to her. Last question.
No, I give everyone respect before if they lose my respect, that's on them, and that's when they're in trouble.
Yeah. Wait. Did you just breathe funny? Did you blink funny? Boom, Borgazzato.
Yeah.
Takes nothing.
The disrespect. The disrespect.
The disrespect. You breathe wrong.
Yeah. She coughed without covering her mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
She looked at
Jessica.
me funny.
Yeah. Last question. It's a question that I ask almost everybody on the podcast. Jessica, I don't know if I asked it to you last time, but times have definitely changed. It's a question that my mom used to ask me almost every day of my life growing up. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
10. I honestly, right now in my life, I am extremely grateful for everything in my life. It couldn't be better right now. I have an amazing husband. I have amazing kids. My career is taking off. I put the drive and the work in. Like, I feel the best I ever have. I couldn't be happier.
And
awesome.
you're on your favorite show?
And I'm on my favorite show with you guys.
I'm going to cut that so it looks like it was seamless, Jessica.
My bad.
Jessica Borga, look, thank you so much. If people want to find you, just go look up Black Widow Borga on any site, anywhere. Get some subscriptions going, get some follows, all of that. I am so excited for you. Look, the minute your next fight is lined up, I want you back on the podcast. Let's talk again. And hopefully your camera can turn sideways. We'll see how that works out.
Hopefully I'm not in
Definitely.
a steam room.
Yeah, hopefully Bam Bam's not doing a confession with a Catholic priest. Yeah.
Confession.
Yeah.
It's going well. Jessica, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. Great talking
I'll
with
talk
you.
to you guys later.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Bam Bam, that is it. What an amazing, amazing guest. Look, she came in very last minute too, so that's why not prepared and all that. And I don't know what the frig is happening with the technology here, but I don't know why our guests are not able to turn their camera sideways and fill the screen. It's pissing me off big time. I contacted StreamYard, who I use, and they're like, there's no problem. I don't know what the hell. I go on my phone and do it, and it turns. So I don't know whether it's some weird settings, but I apologize to the viewers for that.
I'm wondering if it's like a phone update that hasn't been done.
No, dude,
I should try calling in because I haven't updated my phone in forever. So
okay,
I should
do it
I
after.
should join and test it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll do it after before we end the recording. But look, straight into Friends of the Podcast update. I do want to congratulate Lucky Lauren Murphy. She did not get the win, but man, she performed well. I think. Do you think she'd be happy with that performance in the end?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It wasn't.
I think she's good with it. I think she's not gonna. It's not to the point where I don't think she's gonna come back and say you know what, I'm gonna do the last one on my contract,
right,
and go again. I think she's happy with it. I thought she did good. You know, against a good up and comer.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't give her no slouch, that's for sure.
Nope.
But she did great. You know, she did good things and everything. It didn't end up going her way. But man, I'm just so excited for her, you know, happy for her, really enjoy retirement now and just enjoy all the great things she has, you know, business wise and everything in her life.
Yeah. I mean, she's obviously set herself up well. She has her husband. Yeah. She has everything in life going for her, man. And her speech was great at the end.
Yeah,
right?
I love that. I loved it. Yeah.
like it's so funny because watching back on our podcast last week, which if you didn't watch it, go back and check it out. But like she was swearing quite a bit, and I always find that funny because it's like, yeah, like she's just real, you know what I mean? But even in that
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
who do I want to thank? Fucking me. Who do I, you know what I mean? And it was like everything was just, it was so natural for
I
her.
want to thank
and
me for waking up early every day. I want to thank me for going to the gym.
Yeah.
Loved
She's
it.
great, man. And that's the thing though, like honestly, like in this sport, in life, in anything you do, the only person that you can rely on and count on is your goddamn self, right? Like if you don't get up
Absolutely.
and do the work in anything,
Yep.
then what the hell? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So Lucky Lauren did well. Oh boy, there were lots of people on the card that were guests of the podcast, and I had screwed up last week and I didn't mention them all. But who else won? Fatima Klein. Dude, she goes and gets that head kick knockout at 115 or whatever she is. But Fatima, the Archangel Klein, she put on a clinic. Good for her, man. Who else was on there? Son of a gun. Max Payne Griffin, he didn't win, but he did well. I'm sad to see him drop another one, man. But
fight.
dude, very, very
That was a
close.
real
When you looked at the stats, he won. I mean, it seemed
I'm gonna be
weird.
honest. I had him winning the decision in my own
Me too.
opinion. I had him winning. Was kind of
Yeah.
shocked when it went the other way, but it was a close fight. You know,
It was a close fight. He's great, but dude, he's such a good guy, man. Like like just knowing that guy, he is a very, very solid dude. I love him. Mike Beast Boy Davis, he got the win, right? He won. He's a friend of the podcast. I've interviewed him a few times. And then Jake Matthews.
Yeah, Jake Matthews, man. Way to put on a finish. That was a good one.
Dude, that guy has really reinvented his career. Like he was on a very good hot streak. He dropped a few and now he's back, man. And I love that guy. He's a very, very cool dude. I like him. So he's
a cool dude. He's very respectful, very cool.
Yeah, so Fight and Sight did very well over the weekend. So congratulations to us. If I want to go, if I want to go to sponsors and stuff, or friends of the podcast and sponsors and stuff, Rageworks Podcast Network. Check out RageWorksNetwork.com for great audio podcasts. If you want to go to Sweep the League Network, they've got tons of great content creators. We're a part of them. I do want to thank SHROOM BAR. EatShroomBar.com. So thank you to those guys. That's some great protein bars made of mushrooms and lion's mane and all that stuff. What else? Who else did I want to thank? I want to thank everybody, Bam Bam. God damn it. Like everybody's freaking cool and everybody's helping out.
Take a little piece from Lauren. I want to thank us.
Yeah, thanks us for putting on this goddamn show. You know what I mean?
For talking to these people.
Yeah, talking to these lousy people every week, you know, helping them get their stories out. 232 episodes, Bam Bam. Like, it is crazy, man. I've talked to, like, I don't know, 300 freaking people now. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty crazy. And I really do like being able to talk to people a second time, because a lot of times, like, the first time you kind of get the flow, but you ask them some stupid questions like, how's your family? Where did you train? You know, nobody cares about that shit. But then now, like, you can just ask, like, you know, kind of like more free, open questions, and the people kind of know you. So I like that. Whiplash, Ashley Thiner, her opponent fell out again. Holy crap. So she was scheduled for a fight. So friend of the podcast, this still counts as friend of the podcast. She had a fight that was lined up, whatever. Now the girl has pulled out. So now they're looking to book her again into the future. But
Holy
it's like,
cow.
What the crap, man?
They should have a backup on call, like, ready. Have two girls show up.
You know, I feel like for female fights, maybe too, even more so, right?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
And here's the thing: this is why you need to have more fights in the same division on the same card. Like, I also feel like you should like, if you're gonna have a 115 or 125 fight, have a couple of them, just so then you've got 4 girls there. If a couple fall out, you can match the other 2 or something. You know what I mean? Like, figure it out. But to go into the conspiracy of the week.
Oh, I'm ready to hear this.
Now, this is pretty cool, because then the person messaged me back to kind of deflate the conspiracy. But my conspiracy of the week deals with PFL Africa.
Okay.
Right, which we know we got Franz Malambo, our friend. He's fighting, and it's this weekend, right?
Yep. Johnny
Then
Eblin also.
right, Johnny Eblin. Then we saw on the poster, on Wikipedia, that it had said that he was defending his Bellator title, but
Yeah.
good old Bam Bam sent me a picture on Instagram showing that he was holding the PFL title.
Yeah.
Right.
Good sign. Finally.
But which is very weird that they've never done any promotion about this. Like,
yeah, and the fact that they haven't shown the belt, they haven't said he's fighting for the belt, nothing.
Like, why wouldn't you make a deal of that? That this is the
Yeah.
inaugural, because this is not a season championship. And I still don't think people understand that you can't defend a season belt. But this is their first ever real champion. It's not a stupid super fight thing with the stupid ring that's attached to it, like a Green Lantern thing. It's not a season belt, right? This is their real first ever freaking champion. And you don't show it at all. Like, it's still not publicized per se. Then you get the Dakota fight, right? Which is not a title against this girl who could literally shock the world if Sumiko Inaba gets this victory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not for a title, which is so stupid. My conspiracy of the week, Bam Bam, is that the reason it's not a title fight is because Dakota Ditcheva refused to fight for a title because she didn't want to get locked in with PFL for another X number of years.
Ooh, yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, you were going a different route than I was thinking. I was thinking you were going to say that she didn't want it. Well, I mean, if she wanted the title, I guess she would have fought for it. But I was going to say maybe they said because Liz Carmouche was the Bellator champion, they needed to have, like, I don't know if that just makes you the PFL champion and they, you know, they want to line her up with Liz Carmouche to do the fight. I don't know.
Like, I get what you're saying.
I like your conspiracy better.
Because what you're saying is, shouldn't Liz Carmouche automatically just be graduated into the PFL champ and then, okay, whatever. But what they could do, but they can still make this fight for a title and then have Liz, regardless of how Liz finishes in this tournament, right? Because she's in the finals, regardless win or lose, she could still fight Dakota then or Sumiko for their PFL
for the inaugural belt. Yeah.
No. They can win the inaugural belt now. And then they can unify the two belts, like the two divisions actually unifying their champions. Whatever. Yeah, but my conspiracy of the week is that Dakota Ditcheva turned down a title fight because she did not want to get locked in, because she has no intention to stay with PFL. Once she fights out her contract, off she goes to UFC.
Okay. And you had mentioned you heard something.
So here's the kicker, though. I post about that, and Dakota Ditcheva writes back to me.
Oh, shoot. She's
but
like,
this
shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Don't tell my secrets.
Yeah. No, here we go. So this is what she writes back. So I said, is this not a title fight because you did not want an automatic extension to your contract? She writes back, no, I wasn't offered a title fight. I'm champion of 2024. The girls in the season now are competing for 2025. Winner should be fighting me, but then I'll be technically challenging them. Okay. And then she goes on to say, I haven't a clue. I could be bullshitting. Right?
Yeah.
Here's the things wrong with her statement, though. She's saying like, oh, but I'm going to challenge them or whatever. There is no challenging. The season winner is just the season winner, and you put that belt in the closet.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a tournament, right? Yeah.
It's a tournament.
It's just like a little side trophy, like side mission, Side mission. I'm going to win the tournament.
Right.
It's not the official belt.
Right. So I get what she's saying, but it's kind of technically not super correct. But then she goes, I could be bullshitting, meaning whatever. Here's my thing. My conspiracy then continues, because the Timmy B conspiracy of the week, asterisk, or her manager refused to let her accept it, or her manager negotiated that it is not a title fight. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe the fighter themselves, she's like, well, I don't know, it's not a freaking thing, but whatever, blah, blah, blah. Maybe her manager on the side was like, yo, we are not locking this girl in to this dying
Yeah.
promotion. You're already sending her to Cape Town, Africa for the goddamn fight. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like, we're not staying with
Yeah.
this promotion. That's the conspiracy of the week. It's
a good one.
And look, that I'm normally pretty good with my conspiracies, but this one is goddamn like 100%. Like,
yeah,
because there's no way.
Obviously, you know, she definitely, you would think she wants to be in the UFC. You have plenty of other fighters already moving over. You know, the UFC picking them up, whether it be Bellator, ex-Bellator, you know, one fighters, you know, they're picking them up. So, you know, especially those ones that are at the top and are making some noise. She definitely has a big fan base, a big following, definitely makes some noise. So yeah, you could easily see her moving over to the UFC as soon as her contract ends.
It's a no-brainer, like none
Look at
other,
you.
man.
Look at you.
But this is why, because it bothered me, Bam Bam.
Good
Look,
job.
I'm the only guy that watches PFL, but it bothered me like crazy when it wasn't for a title fight, because I was like, what the frick is the point of this? But then the good old brain starts a-working, and then I figured out that's the friggin' thing. But of course, they won't say that because they don't want to say like, hey, this is one of her last few fights here.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not.
But so anyway, so that's that. Then let's go into a little bit more PFL details, because nobody cares about PFL. Nobody's talking about PFL except for me. I have reached out to the new CEO, or what is that guy? Have you seen that?
Yeah,
that they got rid of the Peter Murray guy, and they've hired a new guy. What's his name?
And all I saw that, like, all the comments were like, it's not changing a thing.
Yeah. No, but John Martin. Okay. So it's this new guy, and apparently this guy is like a like an executive, or like he's a something. Okay.
Yeah.
So I go over to his Instagram profile, which is John Martin PFL. It's got a blue check mark. Now I know that doesn't necessarily matter, but I think it might mean that it's him. Guess how many followers John Martin has?
500.
Chief Executive Officer of the PFL. Go ahead.
5,
how many?
5,000.
No.
Less or more?
Less.
Oh, okay. 1,000.
No, less.
What? Okay, was I right in the beginning? 500?
Less.
You say less. Aha! He's got like 5.
A little bit more. 143 followers.
Dang.
So, and here's the thing.
But I mean, I guess that doesn't really mean anything.
No, Bam Bam, it doesn't. This account is followed by PFL MMA. So I'm like, I think it's the freaking real one then. Like, this has to really be him, because it's followed by PFL. So
how many posts? He has like no posts.
He has one post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
And he's following.
So he probably
6
just
people.
started it, dude.
No, dude.
He probably just.
You're telling me. So first of all, you should have every single MMA outlet, media outlet, advertiser, TV executives, fighters, managers, anybody in the business, dumb podcasts. You should be following this guy because you want to like talk to him. So I messaged him and I said, "Hello, John. If this is really you, would love to have you on our podcast. If this is not John, damn you." But I'm pretty sure it's him.
He's like, "Sup, bro?"
Yeah. Look, I am dying to talk to that guy because you're the new CEO. You have some sort of history as a business executive, whatever. You set up this Instagram page. Look, here's the thing too. If you're going to take the time to set up an Instagram page and make it public and relate it directly to your business, first of all, why do you have one post?
Yeah, that's like the scam alert right there.
But that's what I mean. Like, I'm like, wait, is this like some sort of bot account? But no. And then the only accounts he's following, which I guess if there was a scam, that's what it would be. He's following PFL, all the PFL accounts, but only one has even followed him back. Dude, it's you can't make up this. You know what I mean? PFL Espanol, PFL Europe, PFL MENA, PFL the main one, PFL France, and PFL Africa. He's following those. That's the only 6 accounts he's following. And only the main PFL even bothered to follow him back. Do you know how embarrassing it is that PFL MENA doesn't even follow you back? Like,
Yeah.
what the frick? Like, it's insane. It's kind of weird that they've got this new thing. That the writing is on the wall for this promotion. Last week we detailed about 1FC like really faltering, but boy, oh boy, you bring in this guy. And that alone is so bad. Like, pretty crazy.
I don't know if it's my algorithm or what, but I don't feel like they're marketing this PFL Africa and Champions thing very much at all. Like, I feel like
nope,
they're almost dropping the ball. Like, who knows that this fights are even happening besides like the 2 posts or something, you know? Like,
unless you follow the Fight Insight podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're hearing about PFL Africa or any of the fighters there or whatever. And look, I want to do again. I love my goddamn Fight League Atlantic, which, by the way, FLA 21, Fight League Atlantic, Fight League Atlantic 21, FLA 21 is happening on September 20th in Pictou, Nova Scotia. Bam Bam, the most beautiful town in East Coast Canada, man. It is super, super beautiful. It's one of the co-owners, Derek the Cat Clark. It's his hometown. It's this beautiful little seaside town. I think we're going to do the weigh-ins on the dock again, which was so cool. We did that last year, like right on the water. Like, it's beautiful. Look, man, that if you have the chance, guys, if you're listening to this and you're anywhere in Canada or wherever, and you can fly out there just for the weekend to catch these fights, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? You could literally not buy coffee from Starbucks for the next 2 months and probably afford the trip. That's how easy this is. Like, it's stupid. But yeah, FLA 21, we're going to, we'll promote that. We'll talk all about that because that's going to be freaking incredible. And the first fight on the card has already dropped, Bam Bam. And it's a kid that was fight of the night last event at FLA 20. He lost the fight, but he's the cauliflower kid, Zach Catch These Hands Caliphanasis.
That's awesome.
I think Casiphanasis. I might be saying the last name wrong. I apologize. But dude was crazy, great guy. And because he's one of the cauliflower kids, he gave his opponent a cauliflower at the weigh-ins. If he does not continue that trend, I'll be super pissed off. So like he has to keep doing that, man. That is very cool. But anyways, okay. PFL Africa, let me just go into this a little bit more. So what I thought was funny was, and this is, we're recording this on the Monday, the week of the fight. 90% sold out.
Oh.
Wait, you happy with that or not happy?
I said, wow, like, I'm surprised.
Okay, but surprised that it's 90% or surprised that it's not sold out?
Surprised that it's 90%.
Wait, now I'm still confused. You're surprised that it's you're surprised that it's that good?
It's that good. Yeah.
You should have everybody in Africa attending that. What do you mean?
You would think so. Yeah, you would think so.
Why would... Here's another thing. Frickin' Francis Ngannou has not posted one thing about the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
You're the poster child of
there's
PFL.
Gotta be some like
you're
falling
from
out or something.
Of course. Where is he?
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous that he's not like all over this. He should be on ESPN every night. He should be on radio shows. He should be on the Fight Insight podcast. He should be everywhere getting the word out for his fellow Africans to help build this goddamn league.
Yeah.
He's the blah 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 of PFL, right? Where is Francis Ngannou? Where is Francis Ngannou? Why is Francis Ngannou not promoting PFL Africa?
Yeah.
Hashtag Timmy B's conspiracy of the week. Like,
yeah, it's a big miss.
Huge miss. You can't pay that guy. Send him some freaking Uber Eats and say, do you mind doing a story every day?
Yeah.
His account.
Well, you would think even so, like, he obviously has made money doing it. He's got the title. I think he has, I imagine he has some ownership. It's his idea for PFL Africa in a sense.
Francis Ngannou has Francis Ngannou has 7.3 million followers on
Yeah.
his Instagram alone.
Yeah.
Nothing about PFL Africa that I can necessarily see. Definitely nothing like at the top.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy.
his last freaking sakes. It's just us looking at his sexy ass back doing chin-ups 6 days
So-
ago.
Tell you what, you know who is on PFL Africa?
Johnny Eblin.
Corey Anderson.
Corey Anderson.
Johnny Eblin and Corey Anderson.
Yeah.
Back, baby.
Yeah. But it's crazy, dude.
Excited to see him
Anyways.
back in action. Wait, is his for the title? Is his for the title?
No,
It's
no,
not for a
he's fighting
title.
at heavyweight. Corey Anderson.
Oh,
look,
okay. Okay, I
look,
forgot.
Corey
Yeah.
Anderson. Corey Anderson is your friend. He's my friend. Not really. I don't think you like me
Yep.
that much. But Corey Anderson, he's a friend of the podcast, I'll say, because he was on the show. I think he is too smart to get locked into another title fight. I think we knew that when we talked to him. I think he said he had 2 or 3 fights left and like X number of time. Yeah. Shit, you know what? I should just leave this up for the whole goddamn show. But Timmy B's other conspiracy of the week, I don't think Corey Overtime Anderson was going to accept a title fight because he wouldn't want to keep extending this contract either. I think he's happy to go to heavyweight. I'll beat up some people for a while and then just let me the hell out of here because we already knew that he was unhappy with what he was doing. So
I think you're right with that. I think he has a set amount that he makes and he's happy with it, and I think he just wants to get through these fights and be done. You know, after all the frustration that he's gone through for waiting for fights and all that, and you know, fights not happening, man. Completely understandable.
Give me anything. Okay, so we see the 90%. Now, you're surprised that it's 90%. I was surprised that it wasn't sold out because I'm like, well, what the frick, right? So then I post.
Are they marketing there though? You know, they're not marketing there.
So then I posted, why have I not seen one post about PFL Africa by Francis Ngannou? Shouldn't he be plastering social media with this, doing a media tour? Isn't he the equity owner and chairman of PFL Africa? Oh yeah, that's what he is. Because I researched before I did my post, right? Then I look up and I go to the website to buy tickets because I'm like, okay, so it's 90%. Well, what is a friggin' ticket, right? Like, I don't know how.
Flying out?
I don't know. No.
What's a czar? 400 czar.
So, what do you think 400 ZAR is in US dollars? I did it to US because I'm polite to you and I didn't want to do it in Canadian. So, what do you think and the reason why, if you're on audio, because it says tickets are from 400 ZAR. So, how much do you think the cheapest ticket is?
Also his post, if you're on audio, his post says, "Why have I not seen one post?" Or did you already read this? You already read this.
I read this. Pay attention.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, double time. Come on, here we go.
Yeah. So
now he's posted the buy tickets.
How much is 700 ZAR?
Oh
shit.
400 ZAR.
Yeah, how much is 400 ZAR? So what is the minimum cost for a ticket here?
I'm gonna say 100.
$100. So $100 gets you to the inaugural PFL Africa event, which got to be star-studded. It's got to be one of the biggest events to hit South Africa, right? We do know, I don't know anything about culture or whatever, but I do think South Africa does have some more well-off people, I would think. Like, right? It's where Dricus du Plessis' family comes from and stuff.
Yeah. This is where du Plessis is from?
Dricus du Plessis is from South Africa, right? No, I'm saying
yeah. I know, but is it in this? Okay, go ahead.
All I'm saying is that in South Africa, there are well-off parts, I think. So you're saying the minimum ticket is $100, right?
Yeah.
I think you're having audio difficulties. Okay.
Am I? Can you hear me?
I don't know. You're delaying your responses to me, which is making me.
Well, it was glitching a little bit.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Ready? Yeah. This is the most terrible lead up to this as it could be. But
all right.
Set 400 ZAR equals $22 American.
Okay. So you're heading out.
Bam. at 20 at $22 American, you need to sell the frickin' place out.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
even
understand.
then,
I understand. I understand not every ticket, right?
Yeah.
But at $22,
Still, I
how
would
much?
say that's probably a lot in ZAR though. You know what I mean? You know how
But
you
that,
do like the money transfers over. Obviously, it's
yes,
not that
yes,
much. When
yes.
you're like, oh, US, I could go over there and have like a millionaire in ZAR for $500, say, or just throwing numbers out there. But
Right.
to
Well,
them,
it's
who
also
knows?
weird. It's also weird because like, is a can of Coke $1 over
Yeah,
there,
okay, that's what I'm
or
wondering. Yeah.
see, because it's also different. Like, forget the transition, but like, is a can of Coke $1 over there, or is a can of Coke 20 cents over there? Like, it messes up. But all I'm saying is that it's not crazy. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So then I went and looked at the tickets that were left over to see where are the tickets left over and how big is this venue, right? Because then I'm
There's a ton of
thinking,
tickets.
well, the thing is, it's 5,000 to 7,000 people in this venue. But
Okay.
here's the seating. Oh, you can't see this at all. The available seats, like, you just got to grab your cell phone or whatever you're watching this on and burn it into your face. It's all the nosebleeds. So pretty much the whole thing is sold, and you can see this. Like, if you're listening on audio, it's kind of like more like a sounds like a Backstreet Boys concert or something. You know what I mean? Like a music concert,
Yeah.
because it's kind of like a half semicircle around, which also makes this venue pretty shitty. If I'm going to be honest, like, I don't
Yeah.
like this. I would rather it be all around.
It should go all around. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not keen on this, but whatever. But
Hey, are those bottom ones? Are they like tables you can buy, like they do at the local events?
I
You get
think
the beer and the food.
I don't know. I feel like it could be standing room. It
Oh,
could be
okay.
that if you're on the floor, you're standing, but because I couldn't select tickets there, but whatever, who knows? Maybe it's media areas and stuff, right? Overall, in general,
Yeah.
though, I'm not super keen that it's not sold out.
Yeah.
I feel like if
Yeah.
you have to sell it out so that you can say when the broadcast starts, we are at the sold out Picto Arena.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to be able to say you're sold out so that it gives some glamour to it, and so the people in attendance feel like they're special because they made it to the sold out event. Ugh, not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I should have guessed it was around $22.25 because I think I recently saw something that they said all their ticket prices were going to be $25 now or something like that.
Oh,
I
was
swear
that
I saw
PFL?
something.
Dude, there is so much news
I
that
thought it was
floats in
PFL.
and out. Anyways,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
we're going long, and I also had other stuff that I wanted to get to. Very quickly, the
Okay.
Derek Lewis finish.
Okay.
Early stoppage or not?
I thought it was a tad early.
Okay.
A tad early, but the dude did literally climb his entire way up to the cage to stand up.
Okay.
And then the ref stopped it, and he literally pushed the ref in the face like, he was kind of confused in a sense.
He was confused why it was getting stopped because he was not out at all.
So
he had his full bearings about him. That's why he was like, "What are you doing?" Right?
yeah, good point. I guess.
Oh,
If
it's
he
very
did too,
interesting.
though, that's like.
But it's very interesting where you're taking this, because this is what I was fighting with people all weekend about.
Okay.
You think it was okay, him climbing the fence.
Yeah.
And not really. He put his hand maybe in the fence.
There was like 3 grabs.
But he wasn't like, it's not like a Ninja Turtles movie where like the guy is crawling off the cage. Like, I mean, he was kind of. No, you're like bear crawling up the cage?
Yeah, that's what he was doing. That's what he
But
did.
hold on.
Pulling himself up, fingers in and everything.
But you are a professional fighter.
Yeah.
Couldn't he have easily been trying to like brace against the cage as he came up? But yes, his fingers went in, but he wasn't like freaking doing a chin up.
No, he was climbing.
like a Donkey Kong or like a
Yeah.
video game. Hold
Yeah.
on. If he was, oh, there's a bunny on my yard. Very cute. If he was, okay, let's go this way because this is the fights that I was having with people online. If he was
All right.
climbing up the cage,
Okay.
is that indication that he is so out of it that the referee then used that as a reason to call the TKO stoppage?
I think it could be. You could say that he was just unstable, wasn't stable enough to get himself up, that he had to use the cage for stability because he was so wobbly. I don't know. Honestly, I thought it was an early stoppage, but I wasn't like, oh, what the boo, you know?
I don't like it because I feel like
I
it
saw
robbed. I feel like it robbed Derek Lewis of having another
I didn't
viral knockout.
I didn't think Derek Lewis minded.
No. But I'm
Okay.
saying it. Okay, fine. It robbed the fans of seeing a disgusting Derek Lewis knockout, right?
Yeah.
It also robbed Teixeira, who obviously was not out of it, from bouncing back at heavyweight. That guy's like what, 19 feet tall, and like a heavy. That guy is always one punch away from having
Yeah.
a finish as well. So I feel like it robbed both. But my argument more is, did the climb indicate to the referee that this should be stopped? And I am saying frickin' no way. Either deduct a point or give the guy a warning when there's a break in the fight. But I don't know that you would
Okay.
stop it saying, oh, he's so out of it, TKO. And that's what people online are saying, like absolute morons, obviously. But they're saying that they think that the ref stopped it early because when he climbed, they're like, oh, that's an indication that he's so out of it that he's doing that.
Yeah. Obviously it's,
But you
something
like
like that. Something like that. Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree a little bit,
Mm.
where the ref's mindset could go. But
Okay.
at the same time, though, that's also a reflex, a natural reflex. Yeah. You're in a fight or flight mode, and he's obviously in the fight mode where he's trying to stay with it. He's trying to stay in, and he's trying to get to his feet as fast as possible.
So that
So
means he's not out of it. Right.
Yeah, so it could go either way, obviously.
Okay.
It can go either way. I can see it both ways. I can truly see it both ways. Like
Right.
the ref
Okay.
could see it as he's out. He's not stable enough to completely stand on his own. He needed the cage to grab and climb up. And then I can also see it as like, he was doing it as like, I need to get to my feet as fast as possible so I can start throwing on him and get out from being on bottom.
Yes.
I'm going to get to my feet, and it's natural reflex, to grab the cage and use it to your advantage in a sense. Obviously it's against the rules. And
Yep.
like you said, he's not going to stop the fight in that moment to call for a point,
Right.
So I think, honestly, I think what happened was the ref saw him taking some big shots and like turning over and then, just climbing up the cage, and Derek Lewis is still on him at that point when he's still climbing the cage. And then the ref steps in thinking like, he's kind of out of it, off balance. He's using the cage to climb.
Right. So before we end this podcast,
Obviously not the easiest moment for the ref.
No. Before we end this podcast,
What?
I will say that I reached out to a UFC official, meaning an official that judges UFC fights, is a
judge,
referee.
okay.
Yes.
Well, okay, cool.
Well, remember that judges are also referees because once you're an official, you kind of do both, right? That's why, like Chris Lieben, for example, like
Did you say judges are also referees?
Yeah, they can be. Yeah.
Judges are also referees. Oh, I know they can be. They don't.
Yeah.
It's not like qualification, right?
When you take the
It's a
Herb
qualification
Dean,
that they have to be.
no, but when you take the Herb Dean training to become an MMA referee and judge, it's like both combined. Like you kind of, it is both. So a lot of them do both.
Is that new? Is that like a
No,
new thing, or can you audit
no.
like can some of these people that are judges not be refs too?
They may not because they just don't, but they can. Like once you're an official, I believe that you're kind of
Uh,
both. Like I think when you take the official course, you become both.
uh,
So like Chris Lieben, he's
okay. I
refereeing,
didn't.
but Chris Lieben is also a
Yeah,
judge.
yeah,
Herb
yeah.
Dean
Seen
will
that.
also judge at places. Judge Mike Bell, he
Oh,
referees in some other leagues, but he's also a judge many times around the cage in the UFC, right?
oh,
So a lot of
okay.
them do both. Okay. So I reached out to one of these individuals who has done it at the UFC level. He
Okay.
said, he definitely agreed. He said, like, yeah, you know, like when you're grabbing the cage or whatever, it could be a point, it could be a disqualification, but it's not the first time. Probably, like you definitely could take a point, but probably on the fly. You wouldn't stop the action. You would wait until there's a break in the action, right?
Yeah.
Because if you stop the fight in a fight-ending sequence, like that's going to give the benefit to the guy that's getting his ass whooped, right? So you let it
Yeah.
play out, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I got on and I said, well, you know, what about like, is the cage grab an indicator to you as an official or a judge that like, oh, this guy's out of it, I should stop the fight kind of thing? And this person says, and I'm paraphrasing, okay, but if anything, he's saying that tells you that his brain is actually functioning.
Okay.
Kind of like exactly like what you're saying, right? Because he's in a fight and flight mode and he's just doing whatever
Yeah.
he can to get up. You know, even if it's a foul, he's essentially trying to improve his position. He's trying to fight back. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like if you were out of it, you would just crumble there and lie. But he's like struggling to get up. He turns into him and whatever. So he's doing the move. He's not operate, and then he goes on to say, like, you know, what he's doing isn't even instinct because you don't train to climb up the fence.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
he's doing it because he's like kind of like he's alert that he knows what he's trying to do to get up to then be able to turn in and fight. So from that judge's perspective or official's perspective, just for
Bad
those
stoppage.
idiots on for those idiots, no, not bad stoppage, but so for those idiots online that are saying that the cage grab in itself was reason to go like, oh, this guy's out of it, TKO stoppage, let me stop the fight. No, that's definitely not correct. 100% not correct. And then even Dana White then goes in his post fight and says, yeah, I think that stoppage was a little quick. Again, not referencing the cage grab, but just in general.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But-
thought it was a little quick, but
Interesting, man. Look, we had lots more stuff to talk about. We never talked about the Conor McGregor dick pics. I know.
Didn't even see those. So
I know that's what you wanted to talk about the most. And I also wanted to talk about the Ben Askren thing, but we'll leave that for next week as well. On this week's podcast, look, we were supposed to have the Maniac Marcus McGee. He was unfortunately unable to make it last minute. We're going to reschedule that. Next week on the podcast, a heavyweight fighter who is 8-0 in his career. He next fights at Dana White's Contender Series on August 19th. It is the Incredible Hawk, Josh Hockett. He's the guy that went viral, Bam Bam, in his last fight. He's a heavyweight, very funny character. He's the guy that went viral for in his last fight. After he won, he did some sort of speech. It started to get a little bit political. And he said, and he ends it by going, and to all you people out there, Michelle Obama is a man. And then he drops the mic. Dude, this guy is a character. I can't wait to speak to him because then we're going to transition. Speaking with him, we can then talk about the White House UFC event. We can go into it a little bit more because there's been some more information, but I just figure like this guy's very funny. He has gone off on some political rants, which I find hilarious. And then we can keep talking about everything. Yeah. And I think it's going to be a great time, man. So next week, good show coming up.
Sounds like fun. Awesome.
All right, buddy.
Look forward to it.
We're out of here. Have a good one, my friend.
Bye.
So delayed.